merger of equals, and our group consists of from my friend Ilhom Jurayev and Mardiyev Tohir. And here our presentation, and here the gift.
Last time we didn't give a gift. That's why this time we like.
But in order to get the gift, you must listen to the most boring. Oh no. Most interesting presentation. So you can get our prize. Now. Okay, cool. Let's begin. From beginning. What can you imagine about merger of equals? What can you this words give signals to?
Okay, equals. I mean, or as from asset point of view, or
like
some
you and
profitability,
Ilhom?
should be equal.
Can you imagine something from this image?
Yeah, symmetry.
Yes, but there is a symbol of Mercedes-Benz. Today we are talking about
Daimler-Chrysler,
the most biggest merger of our history. It's Daimler-Benz and Chrysler Corporation. As you know, Daimler-Benz is a parent, is a name of Mercedes-Benz company. And the Chrysler Corporation, it's the most one of the third company in United States, and it's most popular in United States with its how can I say Jeep, as you know, Jeep cars. And one Mercedes-Benz want to expand its activities in United States, and they found that Chrysler Corporation has some kind of characters that can be a good partnership, and they go to merger, and they created new merger company, Daimler-Chrysler after group, and it was 1997 year, and so two companies became as one company, Daimler-Chrysler after group. If you look the history of two companies, you can see that in 1997 the both of companies changed their company type, and they become merger. And this merger, we will talk about but later. So they made a merger, Daimler-Chrysler after group. So next. Reasons for merger. First reason for Daimler-Benz. Daimler-Benz, as you know, Mercedes-Benz make luxury and sports cars for richer persons. But in spite of the economic boom in America, there is very less market share of Mercedes-Benz luxury, less than 1% of American market. And Daimler-Chrysler, Chrysler's primary reason is going to international reason. It's only famous in United States, and they want to go Europe and Asian market. So they have own reasons to go merge. Here we can see terms of merge. Here, as Daimler-Benz little bit, how can I say? They wanted to be, how can I say, rule the Daimler-Chrysler. So one Daimler-Benz shareholder acquires one of Daimler-Chrysler shares. So 57% of shares will be belong to Daimler-Benz, and one shareholder of Chrysler acquires 0.547 of Daimler-Chrysler share, and it will equal to 33% of all shares. So overall merge price is $36 billion, and as market value, this merger is $92 billion, and estimated revenue of this merger will be like 130 billion. It's considered that the most largest industrial merger. So before the merger, they predicted for this new type of merger as Daimler-Chrysler after group. Here, first, their benefits and their annual revenue expected, which benefit is 1.4 billion and annual benefit of 3 billion. And this merger has its own some kind of intense plans, exploit new markets as Chrysler Planet and as Chrysler planned to use some parts of Mercedes-Benz vehicles because Mercedes-Benz has cheaper has high technology and they have cheaper parts. And here for Mercedes-Benz and for Chrysler, preeminent strategic position in global marketplace. As you know, in America there is General Motors and Ford has a major place in marketplace. So they have planned no closure of layoff. So they haven't planned any unemployment or some kind of this. And they wanted to be fifth automaker in the world.
So let me continue. Hello everyone. As you said, like merge two big companies. First big company in Europe and first big company in Asia. They're merging together. It must be some boom. It must be some great company. But we have a big but. It didn't happen. Why? The president of Chrysler explained it like that. Mercedes was universally pursued as the fancy, special brand, while Chrysler, Dodge, or Clemens and Jeep were the poorer, blue-collar relationships. Relations, something like that. He explained only like that. But what was the specific reasons as we analyze it, like from that case, was next slide, like if you'll see like what was happened, I forgot about that. After the merge, the price of the Daimler-Chrysler stock was like dropped from 100 to even like $40 per share, like even in, like from like 2 years standpoint like that. What was it happens? We analyze it as like four reasons, like four main reasons. We analyze it like that. First of all, it's corporate structure, corporate culture, customer propositions, and value chain. Let's like look at everything like in a specific group. So, corporate structure. They had different corporate structure. Ours like Daimler had hierarchical structure, but Chrysler had team-oriented. As you know, like I'd say Germany was like a communistic country. They had like that type of system, but US it's a freely country. It's everything independent, like, and it was like working in a teamwork. And the next one is a corporate culture. The main reason of the fail of that merge was the corporate culture. Why? Like because of like management proposes of planning, organizing, and controlling more conservative, efficient, and safe in a Daimler. They were like too conservative of managing that companies. Like they were, how to say, forgot the word actually. Okay. Yeah, programmatic like that. But in a Chrysler point, like settings, goals, directing and mentoring implementations known as a risk-taking underdog. They took lots of risk. They did everything like freely. They didn't have hierarchical structure. That's why I like culture. And after the merging, they had lots of problems with the culture, with the language, and they had something wrong. Like, for example, uh, the CEOs they changed CEO in a US. They changed CEO. CEO was a German, and he didn't like how that employees, how that people working in Chrysler are working. Uh, that's why they all didn't like each other, and they couldn't work together very well. So the next one is customer proposition. As we know, Daimler, Mercedes-Benz automobiles is luxury products, and they're too expensive, and with the highest quality available in the market. They're producing all that types of high quality cars, but Chrysler producing attractive, eye-catching design at a very competitive price, and lots of quality, quantity, not quality. And the next one is the value chain. So Daimler producing cars with the emphasis on engineering design, quality, and after sales service. But in a Chrysler, high volume of low cost manufacturing and distribution. As you know, and as you said, before the merging, they want to have some synergy, lowering cost of production from the Chrysler points, taking some, parts of Mercedes-Benz, cars, and putting them to Chrysler parts, but they couldn't reach it because of that two different production companies, that two different lines, and they couldn't match parts of Daimler. They couldn't match the parts of Chrysler, and they had lots of returns from the customers because of the quality of the cars. So next one, as we conclude that synergy comes not only from merging different companies making different products, but from merging different companies making the similar product. 2 plus 2 is equal 5. It's a synergy formula, as we know. And in this case, as we said, that two different companies making two different products, and two different lines of products. But in reality, in 95%, merging synergy comes from merging 2 plus 2, it's -1. Even in this case too, as we learned from the strategic management classes, we are getting to +2 -1, unfortunately, from big companies merging. And after that, what was happened? What Daimler-Benz or Daimler-Chrysler decided to buy or to invest 2 billion for 34% of Japanese aftermarket number 4 Japanese automaker Mitsubishi in 2001. Why they decided like that? Because they thought that Mitsubishi is product lines of the Mitsubishi are similar to the product lines of the Chrysler. They look like each other, and Daimler thought that they will work together. They can create some synergy from this. But unfortunately, after that too, they couldn't create any synergy because of only that corporate culture. They couldn't work together in that case too. And what they did, what has happened, Chrysler reported losses in 1.5 billion in 2006, and then announced plans to lay off 13,000 of employees in mid of 2007. And what was happened to the Daimler after that? They started losing. What was happened? They invest a lot of money to Chrysler. They invest lots of money to Mitsubishi, and they lose money which they want to invest to research and development, R&D. And what was happened? to Daimler cars, the quality of that cars is decreased and customer satisfaction fell down also. And what was happened, like the ranking of that cars like fell down also, and even like in India, in China, all that CEOs were changed at the time. They couldn't do anything, like they couldn't make that plans what they want to do. And after that, Daimler sells. They had to sell like 80.1% of share price to like for $6 billion to servers like capital management financial institutions of the United States, and they sold it, but they keep 19.9% of that shares. Like they're like anyway, I'd say thinking about getting some synergy some days, like after some years maybe. And after what's happened? In the conclusion, I want to say that synergy comes not only from merging companies with similar products, but also with a similar culture. What has happened right now? Mitsubishi, Daimler owes more than like 75% of the Mitsubishi shares. Why? They're working. They could work together because of the culture of the structure of the company. You know that Japanese they look like German. They have like that types of structure, like hierarchical, as I said, corporate structure. They like time management, all that types of like how to say similarities they have. That's why they could get some synergy, and right now, like as I said, 75% of the Mitsubishi belongs to Mercedes-Benz. And that's all with our presentation. Thank you for your attention. And right now, question and answer section. First question about like what was the reason of merging Daimler-Benz and Chrysler Corporation? What was the main reason of that? Without Usman. Yes, everyone can answer. Yes, please.
Daimler, so they want to increase their market share in America, and Chrysler, they want to increase the marketplace in international.
International, like good one. This is for you.
Oh,
I will give you. I told you. I'll give you.
why do you limit this?
Because I don't like it. Second question about like, what was the reason of failure of the merge? The main reasons, yes. You can give like 1, 2, please.
There was the company culture, and because the Chrysler was American and the Daimler was Germany, and the top management is not conflicted because of the culture barrier.
Yeah. Good one. Who wants else?
More? One more?
Good answer. Thank you. And the last question about what Daimler-Benz bought, why Daimler-Benz bought Mitsubishi. What was the reason of investing to Mitsubishi company, like in Mitsubishi?
Because it was similar because it was Mitsubishi was similar to Chrysler, like ranking of the automobile. You said that?
No.
Yeah, you said that.
Mitsubishi is lower price.
Yeah,
Wow, with the Chrysler,
yeah.
not with the Mercedes-Benz. She's
Yeah, I
saying
said
that.
Chrysler.
Yeah,
I didn't say
yeah.
Daimler.
Yeah. Who wants to answer it? We have a chocolate. She gets 2 chocolates. She gets 2 chocolates.
And we have last chocolate here. And if you have a question and only one for the best question, we have.
Yes. Two ones. Okay.
I'm wondering that you said that Daimler-Chrysler AG after group. Is it really after group?
It is after group, yes. After merging,
after 2007, it became as Daimler after group after they demerged.
Yeah, as I know, AG means that in German language, like public limited company, like that. That edition. That's why I'm asking.
this is in English. It's not in German.
Yeah, it is not after group. Yeah. Yeah.
It is after group.
No, no,
Because
no.
after merging, they had like Daimler-Chrysler after group that because Chrysler was like a corporation and Daimler
Haram öyle
was
yapsana.
like after group. That's why they
Maybe,
changed
I don't know.
the name like that. What else?
I didn't like your question.
Please, Will.
Okay, from your case, we saw that the corporate cultures didn't match each other, so different structures. Yes, US kind of like free group oriented, but from Germany hierarchy like South Korean system, and like their like line also didn't match, like their parts didn't match. So these companies are so big. Why they didn't like count all of this before merger? Why didn't they consider before doing this?
Because they never take merger and acquisition
Yes.
from my country.
Yes.
Chocolate, chocolate.
Because the reason, before they didn't make any mergers before, and in most of the things the most reason was the corporate culture. Yes, when you are merging, you're not taking mostly like before merging. Lots of companies, big companies, they don't think about cultural clashes. They thought that this is a big company and this is a big company, and they can work together. And the same situation here too. They didn't consider that corporate clash. That's why we took the case. That's why we took that. In some cases, like in all cases actually, they have to look at that corporate clash, some problems, and about the German. That Germany is they're two strict persons, yes, two strict people, yeah, and how they wanted to dominate, and they wanted to take the Americans into hand. They didn't want cooperate with them, but they want to be chief, to be the boss of that of the Americans of the merge. That's why this was a problem, main problem. And this is one.
I want to add something because before the merger, the Chrysler was the most profitable company car manufacturer in the United States, and Daimler thought that it would be the most grateful merger in the history, but it was.
And the next, the one more reason for that the Daimler, the Germans, they didn't adapt to the U.S. market. They thought that culture would be work in the U.S. too. They wanted to make the same things in a Daimler, as a Mercedes-Benz works in Germany, and to make the same thing in the in the United States. This was a problem of the Daimler CEOs, and that's why right now it's becoming